Hi there, Roger Burnley here. I have another video for you today. Now, this one is about practice routines, or what is a recommended kind of practice routine. First of all, I want you to understand that what you're doing when you're doing exercises, especially those of you who have never taken vocal training before, or have never gone to a coach, or if you've never used exercises, you are using the exercises because they will allow you to get much more in touch with how you are producing sound in your body. The ultimate goal of doing the exercises, however, is it's twofold. I want you to, and this is a good way for you to think about it, we're ultimately trying to get you to have freedom in the way that you're creating the sound, okay? That freedom. And along with that freedom, and this is the part that most people, it takes a while to understand, once you develop the freedom, you also develop more control. So, typically with practice, I've been doing this for a really, really long time, but I know that if I'm going to sing or work on something, then I'm going to spend at least 15 minutes or more, but at least that 15 minutes doing my warm-ups. It's like you have to think of yourself as like an athlete, basically. When an athlete is going to, run a race, they're going to warm up first. A dancer, if they're going to do a dance routine, they're going to warm up first. You're doing the same thing with your body, and what you are doing is gaining a kind of coordination in terms of the way that your vocal cords work. So you should always, especially as you're developing these new techniques, do your warm-ups before you start to sing your songs. A couple of other things about that. You will probably find as you start developing using these techniques and getting things more correctly, that you'll gain more on the exercises themselves, but maybe when you go to sing your songs, it won't show up as easily. The reason being is that you have developed certain habits and certain ways of producing sound in the songs that you're singing, especially if they're your own songs. But you will always develop certain habits. They may not be serving you. So allow time to come into play for the techniques to really take effect when you're actually singing your songs. But basically, you want to do at least 15 minutes or more of the exercises to get yourself warmed up. And it's a good idea to think of warmed up. And warmed up means that you're developing a kind of coordination in terms of the way that your vocal cords are working. Now, if you're in a limited time, a budget here, and you don't have much, the ones that I would really like for you to do are the lip trill, the tongue trill, and the nay, nay, nay one, because that's a good one. It's about developing that kind of flexibility. Again, on the lip trill, I'm just going to do these a little bit so you can get the idea of them. The lip trill, you want to feel that your sound is just moving back and forth throughout your range without any tension or pushing, okay? And this is why it's helpful to use your hands here as well, so nothing goes back in your throat. Very easily. My body is getting used to sound moving through. Now the next one would be the tongue trill, okay? So you can use the same exercise. You may need to do this face to make sure everything stays relaxed and open. Now, some of you may not be able to do the tongue trill. Don't worry. It could be because the way your body is built, genetics have a lot to do with it. You may not be able to do it, but what you can also do is just use a different vowel sound or different, as you're doing the same exercise. For instance, on an A, with your thumb under here. A, important not to push to get anything, just get as much as you're able to without feeling strain, tension, or pushing, okay? Then the other one, and again, you can just go back and forth doing these if you don't have access to all of the exercises, but you know, you can go back and forth doing these and you'll start to see that you'll start to feel a little more warmed up. Now, the next one is the nay, 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 which again, I've explained is very important for getting the swallowing muscles to relax. Nay, 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 really exaggerated. Nay, 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 really tiny up here. Nay, 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 you should not feel these muscles. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. So then, after you've done those, you should start to feel a place where you're feeling warmed up. And when you start to sing, it should not be so much of a struggle or an effort for you to do so. So you have to, again, give yourself time. One of the things that I went through in the beginning, as I was, you know, before I started coaching, I was performing. That's what I did. But I also ran into problems because I had such bad techniques. I could never do a show without, after that show, the next day, my voice being completely gone. So it took a while for me to get these new techniques in place. And now, you know, for so long, I mean, I can do so much more with my voice now than I could 20 years ago. That's what will happen for you. So just know that it's a process that you're developing, but it's always important to do your warm-ups first before you go and try to sing your songs. So I hope that helps about a little bit of a practice schedule. And if you enjoyed this video and if you would like more of the free videos or information about my entire singing program, be sure and click the link at the bottom of this video. And I'll see you soon.